Hare Krishna. Just now coming. Okay. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 11, Lord Krishna's entrance into Dvaraka, text number 34. If I'm too fast, try to slow me down, so you can't. No. If at any time I'm too fast, you make some signs. Hey, cool down. Okay. Evam nripanam kshiti bharajanmanam akshauhini bi parivrata tejasam vidaya vairam shvasano yatanalam mito vadeno parato nirayuda. Evam nripanam kshiti bharajanmanam akshauhinibi parivrita tejasam vidaya vairam shvasano yatanalam mitho vadeno parato nirayuda. Evam nripanam kshiti bharajanmanam Eksham nipanam kshiti bharajanmanam akshauhinibi parivrita tejasa daya vairam shasano yatanalam mito vadeno parato nirayuda. Okay, Mataji. Evam nipanam kshiti bharajanmanam akshauhinibi tejasam Evam yandunam bishano yatanalam mito vadeno parato nirayuda. Evam das nripanam of the kings or administrators Kshitibara, the burden of the earth. Janmanam, born in that way. Akshauhini bihi, empowered by a military strength of horses, elephants, chariots, and infantry. Parivrita, being puffed up by such surroundings. Tejasam, prowess. Vidaya, having created. Vairam, hostility. Shvasanaha, Interaction of the wind and the pipe plants. Yatha, as it is. Analam, fire. Mitaha, with one another. Vadanam, by killing them. Uparataha, relieved. Nirayudaha, by himself without being a party to such fighting. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The Lord was pacified after killing those kings who were burdensome to the earth. They were puffed up with their military strength, their horses, elephants, chariot, infantry, etc. He himself was not a party in the fight. He simply created hostility between the powerful administrators, and they fought among themselves. He was like the wind which causes friction between bamboos and so sparks a fire. Purport. As stated above, the living beings are not factual enjoyers of things which are manifested as God's creation. The Lord is the genuine proprietor and enjoyer of everything manifested in His creation. Unfortunately, influenced by the deluding energy, the living being becomes a false enjoyer under the dictation of the modes of nature. Puffed up by such a false sense of becoming God, the deluded living being increases his material strength by so many activities and thus becomes the burden of the earth, so much so that the earth becomes completely uninhabitable by the same. This state of affairs is called dharmasya glani, or misuse of the energy of the human being. When such misuse of human energy is prominent, the saner living beings become perturbed by the awkward situation created by the vicious administrators, who are simply burdens of the earth, and the Lord appears by His internal potency just to save the saner section of humanity and to alleviate the burden due to the earthly administrators in different parts of the world. He does not favor either of the unwanted administrators, but by his potential power he creates hostility between such unwanted administrators, as the air creates fire in the forest by the friction of the bamboos. The fire in the forest takes place automatically by the force of the air, and similarly, the hostility between different groups of politicians takes place by the unseen design of the Lord. The unwanted administrators, puffed up by false power and military strength, thus become engaged in fighting among themselves over ideological conflicts and so exhaust themselves of all powers. The history of the world reflects this factual will of the Lord, and it will continue to be enacted until the living beings are attached to the service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, this fact is very vividly described. Bhagavad Gita 7:14. It is said, the deluding energy is my potency, and thus it is not possible for the dependent living beings to supersede the strength of the material modes. But those who take shelter in me, the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, can cross over the gigantic ocean of material energy. This means that no one can establish peace and prosperity in the world by fruitive activities or by speculative philosophy or ideology. The only way is to surrender unto the Supreme Lord and thus become free from the illusion of the deluding energy. Unfortunately, persons who are engaged in destructive work are unable to surrender to the personality of Godhead. They are fools of the first order. They are the lowest of the human species of life. They are robbed of their knowledge, although apparently they seem to be academically educated. They are all of the demoniac mentality, always challenging the supreme power of the Lord. Those who are very materialistic always hanker after material power and strength, are undoubtedly always hankering after material power and strength, are undoubtedly fools of the first order because they have no information of the living energy and being ignorant of the supreme spiritual science. They are absorbed in material science, which ends with the end of the material body. They are the lowest of human beings because the human life is especially meant for re-establishing the lost relation with the Lord, and they miss this opportunity by being engaged in material activities. They are robbed of their knowledge because even after prolonged speculation, they cannot reach to the stage of knowing the personality of God, the summum bonum of everything. And all of them are men of demoniac principle, and they suffer the consequences as did such materialistic heroes as Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shimate Praladananda Swamiti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shnevadi Pashityade Shatarine. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that he descends for 3 reasons. And one of them is to destroy the demons. One of them is to protect the devotees. And the third one is to reestablish Dharma. There are souls who don't want to serve Krishna. There are souls who want to serve Krishna, and there are souls who don't want to serve Krishna. And these souls who don't want to serve Krishna, they want to be independent. I'm free to do whatever I want. What about me? Krishna is nice, but what about me? And everyone has free will. So these souls are there, they have free will, so they have to live somewhere. So that's generally people in this world, they think their philosophy is that this world is made for their enjoyment. They think, okay, this world is made so somehow I can enjoy. And most of the people think like that. And if many people think like that, then it's a very tough world. I want to enjoy, you want to enjoy, we have to fight. There's limited resources, so we have to fight. Survival of the fittest, Darwin says. And ultimately no one survives. And ultimately no one enjoys. Except the Hare Krishnas, of course. You can look at these people who are enjoying the Christmas markets. They're just drunk. They're like, we're enjoying. No one enjoys. They came from a distance, you know. People come from, we were in Maribor. The people come from Germany, from Austria, from Croatia to enjoy. And then they're, at the end, what's the result? They're like, okay, whatever. So it's a place where very unintelligent people live, this material world. But Krishna still has an agenda here. His first part of the agenda is that you have to get frustrated. So you try to enjoy, and you try hard, and at some point you get to the point that you're like, come on, I mean, really? Is that it? And yeah, I must admit I got to that point. I tried to enjoy in so many ways, and I was like, come on, there's something is fishy here. And then people will say, yes. The Hare Krishna will say, yes, you got the first part. Chai. You got this one right. So then, after you get frustrated, you really try to enjoy, and you're like, no way, this doesn't work. Then you find out, hey, that's not the purpose. Enjoying in this material world is not the purpose. The purpose is to go back home, back to Godhead. So Krishna wants everyone to have an opportunity to do that. So that's why he wants pious leaders. That's why he so much, and sometimes to put pious leaders in charge, he has to get rid of a few demons. So that's why he arranged the battle of Kurukshetra. He put everyone in one place, killed, everyone got killed. He didn't even get involved so much. So you just get together and kill each other. No problem. There's this joke I really like. It's about collective karma. There's this ship is sinking, and big storm in the sea, and then there's one person who is a bit pious, and he's thinking, "Oh my God, you know," and he looks towards the sky, and he says, "You know, God, I know I've been a bit sinful this life. I understand. That's yeah, no, I must have done something." But you know, all these people around me, you know, they're on the same ship, and why do they have to die for my sins? You know, because I'm sinful here. And there's a voice from the sky coming and says, "If you would know how much time it took me to put you all together." So actually no one was sinless there. It was a very nice arrangement. God put them on the ship, and then he was like, "Okay, storm coming. You will all sink. Enjoy." Anyway, this is a joke, but I like this joke. So who's a demon? Many people think, "Oh, demon, okay, big, you know, horns and big claws, and like, wow, very ugly." As a matter of fact, sometimes it's not the case. No, when people see this picture with Varahadev and Hiranyaksha, they are thinking, "Why is this nice man attacked by a boar?" Because Hiranyaksha is, looking good looking. Hiranyakashipu also, good looking. Ravana, very good looking. So sometimes they don't look like demons, what we would expect as demons. But a demon is someone who does not surrender to Krishna. That's the most important thing. So if you go in Sankirtan, there's a very simple way to find out who's a demon and who is not. If they take a book, they are divine, and if they don't take a book, they are demoniac. It's an approximation, but it's pretty good, And sometimes this doesn't depend on externals. You would say, I was just passing by, and there was this couple. They were like, maybe in their 40s, 50s, like. They seem very aristocratic. And I found out they were from Vienna, and I went to talk to them, and they were friendly, and so on. So I said, okay, I was just already counting, okay, €50 donation, and then I can distribute Bhagavad Gita to all the young people the whole day. Jai, And when I gave them books, I said, yeah, that's nice, a reincarnation, yeah. Please take a book. No, we don't need this. But we can help with a donation anyway. No, we give too many donations. It's okay. So very aristocratic, very elevated, very, but no. And then I think on the same day, I met this. There was also a couple, but she was a bit more active, and I was like. Hello, you're looking very positive. What's your secret? which is my mantra. And if you use this mantra, you'll find people have many interesting secrets. Like in Zagreb, some boy told me that his secret is medication. Medication, like he was a bit nuts, and he was on these pills to, like from the psychotherapist and so on. Or what else? Some other people will tell you, my secret is depression. Like, what? So, I mean, the point is not, most of the people are not very positive. And so I stopped these people, and she's like, "What? I like, what's your secret?" And she says, "Pain, a lot of pain." like with this very black pain, a lot of pain. And now I'm like, yeah, but by the way, you can have a book, how to be peaceful. No, I will be peaceful if I will kill myself. No, for real. She was like, when I die, I will be peaceful. But yeah, anyway, I continued being nice to them, and they actually ended up taking a book, like the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, and they gave a good donation. So the point of this example is that sometimes people who are supposed to be very positive, they are demoniac, and some people who are supposed to be very like low energy and low class and not, they are actually nice people behind all this. Die, I will be happy when I die. Okay. So anyway, hopefully she found some inspiration in the books, and she will not kill herself. She didn't look very serious about killing herself. It was just like the point is, you usually don't worry too much about demons. That's why there are so many wars, and Krishna will arrange many wars and these pandemics and so on. It's no problem. The demons will die somehow. Usually that's not our task. Usually our task is to reestablish religion. Give everyone an opportunity. That's the point. Maybe someone is here really by mistake. Sometimes you meet these people who are in some strange organization, and you think they are by mistake there. There's a mistake. And you can test if it's a mistake or not. How do you do it? You offer them the real thing. Yeah, okay, we can offer you, okay, you're by mistake here. You're in this rascal organization. It's somehow it happened. So how about you join the real organization? Something. How about you get the real teachings of the Vedas? And usually, what do? They say no. So what does this usually mean? It usually means that it's not a mistake. But anyway, let's say that they are by mistake. If someone is by mistake somewhere, they get an opportunity. Okay, if it's really a mistake, then here's a chance. We give you Srila Prabhupada's teachings, which are authentic, which is same as Krishna's teaching. We make Dharma available, and then you can choose. You still have free will. You messed up first time when you left from the spiritual world. But yeah, anyway. And there are so many so-called spiritual rascals around. And I was thinking at some point that to some degree, as they say in Christianity, that Jesus is the path, the way, and the only, and no one gets to God but through Him. So in a practical way, Prabhupada might be the path and the way, and no one can get to Krishna but through him. From practical perspective, it's not that. In theory, of course, there's 4 sampradayas, there's fifth sampradaya, but from practical perspective, how much the teachings are really available, yeah. I'm thinking that it might be something like this. So the point is that we have to give Srila Prabhupada to others. And the best way to give Srila Prabhupada to others, the opportunity is through giving his books. I read a few quotes from Srila Prabhupada. He says, book distribution is real preaching because the book contains everything. When you give the book and speak something from the book, that is perfect preaching. You do not have to invent anything. Speak what is in my books. Then your words will have spiritual power. Our business is simply to present the message as it is. If you speak exactly what Krishna speaks and what I speak in my books, then your preaching will be perfect. Book distribution is the best preaching work. And when you distribute my books, you must also be able to explain what is in my books. Otherwise, what is the use? So, Srila Prabhupada doesn't say, distribute the books and, get lost. No, he says, distribute the books and we can have extra programs based on the books. So, but it's important to have the books in the center. That we have Srila Prabhupada's teachings in the center. And they may accept, they may not accept. No problem. They have free will. It's up to them. But our duty is to give them an opportunity. Okay, you want to accept? No problem. So why do we do this? Well, there's 2 reasons. One is to help them. And the other is to help ourselves. Because it's not only the non-devotees who are not the enjoyer, but also the devotees are not the enjoyer. So this body doesn't belong to us. So you can think, how do I want to use the body? Or you can think, how does Krishna want me to use this body? And whatever little sense gratification, it's called stealing from Krishna's energy. Where there's Ravana and we sometimes are little Ravanas. Little, like Srila Prabhupada had this, there was this big millionaire in India, and they introduced him to Prabhupada on a morning walk, and Srila Prabhupada said so. Then this person, he's a millionaire. He's okay. So what business do you have? Well, I manufacture glass. And what does glass come from? Srila Prabhupada was like straight to the point. It comes from sand. Okay, and where do you get the sand from? And this was like a little pious Indian, and he said, I'm getting the sand from God. And Srila Prabhupada says, oh, so you're stealing from God? And this man was like, oh. And then he left, and then he came back a bit later, and then he said, Nisimha Seva Prabhu. And then he said, but I also give donations. And Srila Prabhupada said, oh, then you're a little thief, not a big thief. So Srila Prabhupada made it very clear, So if we're doing little service for Krishna and little service for ourselves, then we're little thieves. Not big Ravana, little Ravana. So we have this tendency to steal from Krishna. As conditioned soul, even as aspiring devotees, we still have this tendency to steal from Krishna. And that's why we have Srila Prabhupada Marathon. It's an opportunity to engage 100% for Krishna. 0% stealing and 100% for Krishna. That's good balance. Sometimes we think little for Krishna, little for me. Little for Krishna, little for me. And Krishna says, no, 0 for you and 100% for me. That's good balance. Not too much, not too little. So this is an opportunity, and this is how we have to live our life, not to just Srila Prabhupada Marathon. So there's a few hints about the character, what we need to develop to be able to do this. Srila Rupa Goswami has this famous verse. He defines 6 Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Shri Gornitai ki jai. He defines 6 principles of 6 things that are favorable for execution of devotional service. We talked a bit about enthusiasm. And the second is called endeavoring with confidence. So this means that you have to be convinced. Confidence means that you have to be convinced. The why is important. Even the non-devotees say that if you have the why, then the how will come into place. But if you don't have the why, then you'll be like, I don't know, let's see. So that's why on this Sunday Feast class I was talking a lot about the why. Why do we do this? Why is this important? Because if we're convinced then that we have to do it, then we'll find a way to do it. Yesterday I was really behind on my target. I have a target every day. I want to distribute 10 Mahabig books, 10 Gitas. And yesterday I was a bit behind, and there was like 1 hour left. And that was really, it was evening in Maribor, and then it's a lot of people, but it's a heavy environment because people are trying to enjoy fast, and it's, so it's usually you have to put a lot of energy to stop someone, because they are not there to stop, talk about books. So at some point I was like, okay, there was 1 hour left, and I was like, I have to do still 4, which, I was like, okay, I could have been like, yeah, okay, relax, take it easy, but I said, no, let's do it. So I was trying different things, different spots, okay, this place, they have to have lights, and then I got the idea, let's go to tables, They have this Christmas market, and they have many people. They have these small tables, and people are sitting there and drinking wine. And so I tried in one side, and then something was working. And then I went to the other side where there was a lot of tables. It was like big crowd, and I was like, okay. And it was funny because it started. There was a rock concert preparing, and Ramatirtha Prabhu was like, "It's gonna be very loud," and I was like, "I'm going. No, doesn't matter." And I went there, and after 2 minutes, they stopped the music. They were practicing, the testing the instruments, what they usually do for the. And it was like really this loud and rock music, guitar. What? But somehow they stopped, and then I went to some guys at the table and like, hey, you look very positive, what's your secret? And they usually answer there with a glass of wine, like, it's probably the wine. It's like, oh yeah, I could tell. In Sankirtan, whatever they say, doesn't matter how stupid they are, you're like, yeah. It's just a way you have to build a relationship. Wine, wow, amazing. So anyway, I was a bit joking with them and showing them the books, and so they gave good donations. So everyone got one got a Bhagavatam, one got a Gita, and then I went back to the center and to get some more books, because I only carry a Bhagavatam and 2 Gitas with me because it's heavy. It's really so I went back. I took another. Then I go around. Like, hi, and then I find a table with two ladies, girls, maybe 20s, 30s, and then of course I asked them, "What's they're very positive. What's your secret?" They're like, "Of course, wine." All right. And anyway, I was. They said I gave them a book. They said, "You have to say a joke, and then I will give you a good donation." It's like, okay, jokes. Anyway, whatever Krishna wants. I didn't find the best joke, so they said, okay, half what I wanted to give you for trying. But anyway, they gave good donations. So in 15 minutes, I got my target. You know? So I was like, what? And the point was that I was really determined. I really was trying to do something, and it happened for me. And then after I did 2 more Gitas. I met some sort of devotees, and I did so. It was actually a good day. And the point is that you have to be determined. If you're determined, then you'll be like, okay, you'll find a solution. You know, okay. We came from Tui. One day we went to Tui and it was really empty. And so I did 2 Gitas in like 2 hours. And then we came. It's like, okay, I have to do 8 Gitas in 3 hours, something. And I was really praying and really focused. Okay, this person maybe no. Okay, next person. And it was really hard, but somehow it happened. You know, on the way back to the car. Oh, 10. So the point is, we are not the doer, of course. So it doesn't depend on us. But Krishna wants to see our desire. Krishna, the only thing we can do is we can desire. And if we have a strong desire to please him, to do something for Krishna, then he will reciprocate in some way. If we don't have a strong desire, we can always say, oh, this is karma yoga, Prabhu. You know, karma yoga means that you are doing my best, and the results depend on Krishna. And then my question will come, which is not very nice. Devotees don't like my questions sometimes. And my question will come and say, are you really doing your best? Are you at 100%? Are you full on? Like, oh, yeah, maybe I can do a bit better. So that's the point, you know. We're not asked to do the impossible. We're asked to do our best. And if you're in this prayerful mood, and you really want to do it, then Krishna will give you intelligence. You'll pray, okay, Krishna, please tell me how to do this service better. Please tell me how to do your service better, this service better. And Sankirtan is not different from cooking, you know. If you cook and you don't put salt, and you bring it to your spiritual master, especially if it's His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj, what will he say? Like, oh, you cooked with so much devotion. No, he said, you rascal, where's the salt? Why did you put salt? Oh, because I was focused on cooking with love. Yeah, and cooking with love means that you pay attention to your service. So the point is, I wrote this to His Holiness Praladananda Maharaj, and he wrote me back about our goals. And he wrote me back, he said, may your transcendental goals be fulfilled by Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna's grace. He doesn't say, may your material goals. He says, may your transcendental goals. So this is transcendental. This is for the pleasure of Krishna, and we want to do big. We want to do big. Why not? Why not distribute 2,000 books, 2,000 Gitas, 3,000? We want to do this. Why not? We want to cook properly for Krishna, so we want to also distribute as many books as possible for Krishna, of course, in an intelligent way. So the point is that we should pray for guidance, how to improve our service and how to please Him properly, how to be 24/7 from Srila Prabhupada Marathon. If you're full-time, it's a wonderful opportunity, because all you have to do is you meditate the whole day on how can I distribute books. From when you wake up, when you go to toilet, when you chant, when you read, it's all about, okay, Krishna, please give me intelligence. And then Krishna will reciprocate. Like He always does. Every marathon, every padayatra, I'm just surprised. Like last day, everything is like, hey, you just reached your goal. Haha. Isn't that nice? Anyway, I'll stop here. If there are some comments, questions, concerns. Okay. I put myself some questions and I answered myself. So no problem. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.